Explaining about how things work, okay? And so I explained the dynamic of how life works and all that, because a lot of times people won't believe you if you don't explain how it works. So I don't know about that. Well, let me tell you. But at the end of it all, what I wanted everybody to see, I tried to begin and end with it. Singleness of mind.
Yes.
We're not going to set our eyes on how we're going to be able to get, how we're going to be able to discern everything right. How can I have wisdom in this situation? No. What I wanted everybody to see was, there is something called that word of life that was manifested in a human being that had all sin and death upon him, and it swallowed it up. I wanted everybody to walk away thinking, let me set my eyes on that, and let my heart inquire into that word of life.
Yes.
Because that word of life will be unto everything to us in our lives. Right?
Yes.
It shines like a light. Jesus said, what? I am the light of the world.
Right.
He who follows me will walk in what? The light of life. Life was manifested in the earth, and that life was a light unto men. Right?
Yes.
And so what I want everybody to see is to get their eyes set on the word of that eternal life as the only thing. That's what Paul talked about with singleness of mind. When he prayed that we wouldn't be deceived by the serpent from the simplicity of Christ. That word simplicity doesn't mean a lack of complexity. That word simplicity in the Greek means singleness. Singleness of mind. Trying to get us all over the place. Thinking we need this, thinking we need that, thinking we need this, thinking we need that. No. We need the word of life.
Right.
And we need to feed on that every day.
Right.
Right?
Yes.
And then that will enlighten the eyes of our understanding, like Paul said. When Paul said our minds were darkened, he said they were darkened because we were alienated from the life of God. We weren't walking in the light. We were walking in the darkness. Well, listen, if you're in the darkness, you can't see nothing.
Right.
And so our understanding was darkened. Our minds were darkened because we weren't walking in the light of life. We were walking in the darkness of death.
Yes.
We were walking in the darkness of we're separated from life. And so everything we saw it the wrong way. Everything. Everything. You couldn't come up with anything the right way.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
And then light manifested, the life of God manifested in the human body, and now that come to enlighten the eyes of our understanding.
Mm-hmm.
And now we begin to have understanding about all things.
Yes.
And then life becomes easy
Yes.
to navigate, right? It becomes easy to walk around and to navigate everything. And that's really how you put on the new man. When Paul talks about you put on the new man, the way you put on the new man is by hearing the word of eternal life. Here's the first indication that you hadn't really heard what it is. If you think you already heard it and you don't need to hear it again. If you think it's milk and you already heard about the word of eternal life, that's a great indication that you kind of heard it surfacey, and maybe you believed on it for like eternal salvation,
right.
But you haven't really seen what it means. Because listen, I could crack open the Bible and understand a whole lot of things. And some people might say, wow, Greg can understand some things. And in light of everything that I understand, I'll tell you this, the more I understand, the more enamored I become with hearing about the word of life.
Yeah.
And hearing a guy talk about the word of the resurrection. I want to hear that more than I want to hear anything. Because I see it is unto me everything.
Yes.
It is everything.
Yes.
Right? It's the thing about God that is the most unique. God, the only immortal. The only one that had light and life. Right. It's one of the most unique characteristics of God. In God is no darkness. There is only light and life. That's why Jesus could always get it right. And the end goal isn't to get it right every time, where we judge ourselves by whether we get it right. But let us keep our eyes on the life of God, and let's see what that life will do in us.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
Sorry, that was my